today we will talk about, again, organization comes with a lot of challenges, a lot of kind of people comes. There are people who are fully skilled, they know that have the skill. There are people whose attitude are much better, they want to really prove themselves, they want to prove their worth to the organization. In fact, they want to prove their worth to themselves. Now, how to plot that into a matrix and try to strategize for your entire organization, because everybody is not the same. So let's see that one side is skill, other side is will. Will is more related to that I want to do it. Okay, that attitude of doing is the will. Skill is I have got a skill set, I have got that kind of knowledge, skill to really perform that job. Now just understand that you are a fully skilled person. Your organization, there are 10 people who are fully skilled to do a particular job, but their will is low. They don't want to do the job. It happened in my earlier organization. When Merck has taken over Willpower, I became the SBU head. There was a very senior person. He was a PhD from one of the best institute. Experience-wise, he was much more experienced than me, and he was very critical for the organization because it's a science. Because I was a head of life science or a bioscience, and he's a man of the science. He can turn around my business. We had struggled initially last year because acquisition has happened, and this year was like do and die situation. Running an organization, I have a team member of 2,500 or any size of organization is always difficult. You have multiple kind of people, somebody who is very good in skill, they have knowledge and skill to perform the job. There are people who have knowledge and skill but they don't want to perform, the attitude is in a problem. So the metrics which I always follow and which is I'm going to discuss today is always help me. And I give an example also, the live example of my experience. The first one is where people have got a skill which is actually required, but the will part, which is the attitude part, is not there, which means he don't want to do it. He can do it, but he don't want to do it. So in my Merck organization, when I joined first time, it was like Merck has acquired Millipore, few people came, there was always like a conflict kind of thing. A very senior person who was a PhD from very premium institute, and I knew to turn around this business after acquisition, his role is very critical. But his attitude was not there, maybe because he was the senior most, he didn't get that kind of title which he wanted or the kind of role which he wanted. So these people where the skill set is high but the will is low, is you have to make sure that they are motivated, whether through maybe redesignation, maybe through redefining their role, or maybe involving them in your strategy, maybe involving them into your decision making. And believe me, I don't want to tell the name, but that organization, that particular year when we started working along with him, we were the second in terms of growth in China. Even the global head in their slide, India reflected in terms of growth. What I want to tell you with this is, if the skill is there and the will part is missing, these are the people whom you should motivate. It can be the other way around. The will is there. There are a lot of young people who join and they want to perform, but they don't have skill set, they don't have knowledge, they lack knowledge. In those cases, you have to provide them the training. I remember my pyramid days, which was when I was heading as a national manager the entire diagnostic business. There were many people who came from the BCom background, the commerce background, but they have joined a company where actually you have to speak about science. But their attitude was like do and die. Anyhow they want to bring the business. There comes the training. And believe me, if I take top 10 executive at representative level, maybe 4 or 5 were from the BCom background, the commerce background, and they were the leading, and they were the leader, or they were the performer in a business which is completely driven by the science. And therefore training becomes very critical, where the will is very high and the skill is something which is missing. You give them training about their skill set which is required, maybe the sales training, how to open the call, how to probe, how to position your product, how to gain the commitment, how to do inside the chamber activity. At the same time, also give them the product knowledge, about the knowledge about the industry. So if you really give a proper training to the people who will is very high, but they are lacking skill, I think the organization will perform. The third part is where the skill also less and even the will is somewhere which is compromised. These are the people where you have to take a call because they and I feel like if you want to add value to the organization, you want to add value to the people, always select people who are fit for that particular job. If you don't bring right people for the right job, if you really do not define their JD, if you're not able to position the people for the right job, I think that is the biggest disservice you do with the people. So I feel these are the people where HR has to really sit and really find out what call should be taken. Skill, the knowledge can be given, maybe skill, we can train them. Attitude is something which has to come, or we have to develop, we have to talk to them, we have to bring the PIP into the place. But if something doesn't work out, we have to see what we are going to do it. So we have discussed skill is high, will is low. We have discussed will is high, skill is low, and we have discussed when both are low. So these are the things where we need to work out. The matrix is very, very clear. You have to motivate with them, you have to work with them, you have to train people. Whatever they lack is what we have to provide them. That is what this all matrix talks about. Thank you.